Hi, this is Faith, and you are watching The Faith Factor. Holla.
Skinny women are evil. 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 Skinny women are evil.
Now listen up, big girls.
Skinny women are evil. 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 Skinny women are evil.
Now listen up, big girls.
Skinny women are evil. Skinny women are evil. Skinny women are evil.
Now listen up, big girls.
Skinny women are evil.
So listen up.
Skinny women are evil.
Watch
Skinny
that.
women are evil.
Never fear. That's why Monique is here. Now listen up, big girl. Never fear. That's why Monique is here. So listen up. Never fear. That's why Monique is here. Never fear. That's why Monique is here. Fuck these skinny bitches. Fuck these skinny bitches. Fuck these skinny bitches. Yes, you heard right. Fuck these skinny bitches. Fuck these skinny bitches. Fuck these skinny bitches. When I'm not talking about you, girl. Yes, fuck these skinny bitches. Fuck these skinny bitches. Fuck these skinny bitches. You're evil and need to be destroyed. Fuck these skinny bitches. Fuck these skinny bitches. Fuck these skinny bitches. Yes, 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 yes. Fuck these skinny bitches. Fuck these skinny bitches. Fuck these skinny bitches. Yes, you heard right. Fuck these skinny bitches. Fuck these skinny bitches. Fuck these skinny bitches. Eat what the fuck you wanna eat. Yes, fuck these skinny bitches. Fuck these skinny bitches. Fuck these skinny bitches. You're evil and need to be destroyed. Fuck these skinny bitches. Fuck these skinny bitches. Fuck these skinny bitches. Yes, that's why Monique is here. Hello, that's why Monique is here. Oh, it's on. Never fear. That's why Monique. Hello. Don't you hate it when they say stupid shit like you need to do something about that gut? And isn't that your fork slice of sweet potato pie? No, bitch, it's my fit. No, bitch, it's my fit. No, bitch, it's my fit. And I may go for a six. No, bitch, it's my fit. No, bitch, it's my fit. No, bitch, it's my fit. And I may go for a six. Hello. It's time to handle your shit because it's finally out there. Fuck these skinny bitches. These skinny bitches. Just do it. Attitude. Appearance. Attitude. Appearance. Just do it. Attitude. Appearance. Attitude. Appearance. It's on. Attitude. Appearance. Just do it. Attitude. Appearance. It's on. Attitude. Appearance. Attitude. Appearance. Just do it. Attitude. Appearance. Attitude. Appearance. Girl. Attitude. Appearance. Attitude. Appearance. It's on. Attitude. Appearance. Attitude. Appearance. Just do it. Attitude. Appearance. Attitude. Appearance. You're evil and need to be destroyed. That makes me hate them.
All right, I had my mic muted. That's the reason why I wasn't coming on. What's up, y'all? This is Faith, and you are watching The Faith Factor. All right, so tonight we are going to delve into a little touchy discussion here. It's going to be real touchy. People going to get in their feels, but we are going to go ahead and have this touchy conversation amongst women. Because, see, anytime anybody broaches the subject of body positivity, obesity, weight in the Black community, there are a number of us, namely Black women, that get in our feels. So tonight, you know what? I said, what the hell? Faith gonna go ahead and shake the table a little bit. We gonna go ahead and have this conversation because, see, as a woman that has been really, really big to very, very skinny, I've been all shapes and all sizes. So I feel as if I can have a conversation about this subject. Okay, because I've been big, I've been small, I've been them all. Okay, I've been considered pretty, I've been considered ugly. Let's talk about the whole spectrum. Because, see, as Black women, what we not going to do is we are not going to keep getting on here and keep driving each other into the ground about this thing and sticking our heads in the sand, burying our head in the dirt on this subject and getting all up in our feelings every time somebody want to talk about the subject of weight. So now there's this body positivity movement, and it's mostly ran by white women. But of course, you got women like Lizzo, who's also kind of thrown her hat into the ring, and Monique early on, you know, before she got skinny. She was talking about body positivity. And when the movement first started, it was an all-inclusive movement. It was actually a movement that was meant to include every body type. So it wasn't just for big women, but it was also for skinny women. It was also for women or men, because body positivity movement isn't just gender, you know, related to just one gender. It's for men as well. Any person that wants to feel positive about their body and their appearance. That's what this movement was supposed to be about, right? Did you know that the body positivity movement was also supposed to include people that were disabled or disfigured. But yes, it was. It doesn't get talked about very much because fat motherfuckers kind of hijacked the movement and made it only about being big. Every time you hear about body positivity, it's only positive in one direction, and that is towards big women. Now, one can argue that bigger people or fat people, obese people get a lot of flack for being overweight. And I agree. There is a bit of fat phobia going on. Fat folks do get picked on a lot. There's a lot of fat jokes going around. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that that doesn't happen, because it does. However, there was a comedian by the name of Monique. And I remember when she was, let's see, Monique, let me see if I can find a picture of her when she was kind of on the biggin side, because Monique wasn't always small. So here's a side-by-side profile of Monique. Okay, the picture of her on the left is her when she was a lot larger, right? And when Monique was a lot larger, Monique had a very unique outlook on body positivity. Her outlook on body positivity and her brand of dealing with it was to blame skinny women. And that's what prompted her to come out with her book, Skinny Women Are Evil. And so rather than Monique do some interflexion with herself, she began to attack another shape of women. Now, once again, the title of this stream is the body positivity movement actually positive, right? Or is it just cap? So we had women like Monique doing stuff like this. Well, she did at one point in time lose the weight. She did. You know, there's a side-by-side picture of her when she was a little bit bigger and then she's a little bit smaller. She's still plus size. I will agree on that. But she, you know, she lost the weight. So that tells you that Monique desired to be a smaller woman. That's the big thing. But now it's not so positive for you to be all about body positivity, and this movement is supposed to be all inclusive. But then you have a lot of large women turning their insecurities and their inner anger towards another group of women, i.e., what Monique would call the evil skinny woman. So she wrote a whole book about it, a whole book about why skinny women are evil. Skinny women are the Achilles heel to the obese woman. And so you have a lot of large women that are running around here feeling some kind of way about themselves. They have low self-esteem, and they are projecting that out onto other women. And now I'm going to tell you, I have been in both shoes. I've been a larger woman. Being a larger woman, it didn't feel good, okay? I felt slower. I knew that it was messing with my health because I was getting older, because I gained the weight as I was getting older. As you get older, you get what you call that old age spread. And sometimes it ain't nice. In my case, it wasn't nice. I didn't have that nice old age spread. I had that old age spread where you just had a funny, bad shaped looking body. So, you know, my spread wasn't looking nice. And so that did lower my self-esteem. But never did I ever want to, turn my low self-esteem off onto other women. You got to be an evil bitch to be feeling bad about yourself and then seek out another woman and want to project your bad feelings and your low self-esteem off onto that other woman. And that's what I feel that Monique did when she came out with this whole skinny women are evil. And she made a whole campaign about it. She did lines of jokes about it. And now, at first, I was like, okay, Monique's a comedian. Okay, she's, like to be funny. And because fat women get it all the time. Okay, I get it. She's poking fun at the smaller women. But I knew it was a self-esteem issue when damn near every joke was something about herself, self-deprecating about her size, and it became to get tiring. I got tired of hearing Monique's self-deprecating jokes. And then if it wasn't a self-deprecating joke, it was her turning her introspection about herself onto women who are not obese. And I think that's wrong. So now who's really evil? It's been my experience that when I was a smaller woman, I would be friends with women who were obese or even just a little plus size. And most of the time, I hated being friends with some of these women because their attitudes were just plain stank. Can we just sit here, tell the truth, shame the devil, and be honest? They had some pretty stank attitudes. So now, if you're walking, and mind you, I'm the ugly girl in the group, okay? According to YouTube, I'm the resident ugly girl. Okay, I'll take the title. And when I was younger and fit, I'm fit now, but I had to do a lot of work to get there. Being fit, they automatically made you the enemy. Being smaller automatically makes you the enemy in a big girl's eyes. No matter how nice you are, no matter how much you're a friend to them, no matter what. If you slip up one time and make one of these fat motherfuckers angry, everything that they was holding back about you, they're going to say it about you. And I mean, it could be the slight little thing that you could say that pisses them the fuck off. You're going to be all kinds of ugly, all kinds of bald head hoes. Everything that they've been holding in, they're going to unleash it on you for any small infraction. Very aggressive. Black Dahlia says they're aggressive from the toxins in the non-food products that they eat like drugs. Exactly, Black Dahlia. And now I keep trying to commiserate. I keep trying to be understanding. But every time I get attacked, I promise you, it's some fat, obese motherfucker attacking me. And this has been from the goddamn time I hit puberty. From the time we hit puberty, those of us who grew into our little baby fat, because I was a chubby little girl, and then I grew into my baby fat, and I was a slim, slender, athletic build chick, and I couldn't help it. That was my genetic build. But the bigger girls who were obese, every time you saw them, they had a Mr. Good bar in their hand, hated me for being fit, and hated other women like me. And any little thing about you that they can point to that they thought was something that they had a one up on you with, they would use it against you the first chance they get when they get angry. For me, it was my nose. Now here I am, long hair, fit, plenty of guys always running after me. I had a sugar daddy in high school. And that's a whole nother story. I told y'all about that. Never, ever, ever had a drought as far as the men go. I promise you, every single one of my fat friends, I fell out with them over small shit. It could be one teeny tiny infraction. I remember one time, it was me and a bunch of us, we were all standing around and we were just kind of laughing. You know how kids do, you play the dozens, you joke with one another. And there was a big girl named Melinda. I think it was Melinda. I don't know her full name because you go by full names. But she was in the group and I thought me and her were tight. This was my home girl. We hung out every day. We used to laugh and joke with each other every freaking day. Now, mind you, we're both, getting our hair braided and stuff like that. And I tell her, I was like, girl, I said, you better stop eating all that damn ice cream. You're going to gain another 100 pounds. And boy, she sat up there. She could call me a million and one toothpicks. She called me a skeleton one time, and I laughed the shit off. But the minute I said something about her and that ice cream, oh, it got ugly. You black, ugly bitch, blah, 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 blah. And I became a million black, ugly bitches over a joke about ice cream. And I said to myself, I was real confused at the time because it was so much aggression behind that shit. Like she came at me with so much goddamn aggression. I had never come to her like that when she called me toothpicks and Twiggy and all this other stuff. Oh, it was endless teasing about my little teeny tiny frame. But you couldn't say nothing to her about her big fat frame. See, there's a imbalance there where the big girls, you can't say nothing to them about their weight, but they can sit up and be just as nasty, just as hostile, just as ignorant with you as they want to be. But you can't do it with them because if you do it to them, you're wrong. If they do it to you, it's okay. So this I learned very early in life. In the Black community especially, you do not say nothing to another Black woman about her weight, especially if she's a big girl, because that's a no-no. They real sensitive and they will cuss you the fuck out. But Monique writes this book, Skinny Women Are Evil. She puts out this book and projects everything that she probably was onto smaller, more fit women. So we're going to talk about this lopsided double standard here. So you mean to tell me all skinny women are evil? Now we go and fast forward to the present, because like I said, there are pictures. I have pictures of Monique when she lost the weight. So here's a very popular picture of Monique right here. And even though she's still plus size, she's nowhere near as big as she was. She's an acceptable size, plus size in this picture. So she worked her ass off to get that weight down because secretly, deep down inside, this whole time, while she writing books about skinny women are evil, the reason why she was cutting up on skinny women the way that she was because she had low self-esteem. Now let's talk about this for a minute. Let's talk about the evil fat bitches. Not to say all fat women are evil, because I'm not going to be like that. I was a fat bitch one time, my damn self. But let's talk about these evil fat bitches for a minute, because they are evil. Like Black Dahlia said, they're aggressive from the toxins in the non-food products that they like to eat like drugs. And food can be a drug. I fell into that. When you are depressed, your mood, everything affects how you eat. So if you're not feeling very good about yourself, if you're going through something, the food can be a drug. And instead of exercising self-control and self-discipline and working on yourself, you're angry with the whole world. The whole world. Now, here's what I want to do. I want to show you guys a few videos that I pulled up here. And this is, big women, and they're making a case for why they're big and why people should accept them, right? And everybody should be accepted because, like I said, the body positivity movement did start out as something where every body type should be accepted. Everybody type. Not just big women. Big women just hijacked the movement. That's what happened. They just hijacked the movement. But it's mighty funny to me about this body positivity movement. They don't talk about women who don't have an arm. They don't talk about people who are born with facial deformities. They don't talk about women who have one leg bigger than the other. There's a YouTube video out here where there's a woman who was born with a disease where one part of her body gets bigger than the other. They don't talk about those types of bodies when they're talking about body positivity. They don't talk about the super skinny woman with a high metabolism that can't gain weight to save her life. She would like to have a normal sized body, but she's very, very thin. They don't talk about that. They don't talk about the average size woman. They don't talk about the women with the funny shaped bodies. As LAR movement, shout out to him, he would call them bad shape. Right, Black Dahlia is called elephantiasis. I can't even pronounce this word. And elephantiasis. I believe I'm pronouncing it correctly. They just excluded a whole line of different body types. And they forget about the men that also suffer from low self-esteem because of their body types, their different shapes. So body positivity is only for fat women. This is where I said they're narcissistic. They're so narcissistic and self-absorbed. And they forgot what the movement was supposed to be about. Little girls growing up, we're kind of socially conditioned that our looks are important. We want to be pretty. Being pretty is some kind of passage in life for your self-esteem. So you want to have the best body, you want to you want to have a pretty face, you want to have nice skin, nice hair, the whole enchilada, because they have very, very unrealistic beauty standards that tell you that this is the level of beauty that you need to aspire to. When the truth is, most people are just average. Most people are average. Now, when it comes down to attraction, and there are studies that are done on this, men are more attracted to women that have smaller waists, curvier hips, flat tummies, big boobs, shapely behind, and pretty face. This is what most men are aesthetically attracted to. Now, in the absence of being that standard of beauty, men will settle for an average woman with a nice fit body. But what most men won't settle for, and this is extremely biased towards women, because there are a lot of men who are overweight, and women, we don't discriminate like men do. We will be with a man who is overweight, especially if we like him a lot. But men, they generally don't gravitate towards the the morbidly obese, overweight woman. Now you'll see smaller women with bigger men all the time, and they're nice looking. And you'll be asking yourself, how did that happen? Because women, we don't really discriminate like men discriminate. That's just how it's always been. But men are very discriminatory. As a matter of fact, they did a study, and when asked if they had a choice between a woman with a nice body but an ugly face and a woman that was obese, majority of the men would prefer the woman with the nice body over the woman that's obese with a pretty face. Even the pretty face doesn't help the obese woman. But if a ugly woman was fat, if she lost weight or she got fit, her being ugly would trump the obese woman with the pretty face every time. And this is just how men see us. They are attracted to nice, shapely women. Hence, and I hate to be quoting Kevin Samuels, but this is what majority of them say. Hence the term and the phrase coined by Kevin Samuels: fit, feminine, and friendly. Not fat, feminine, and friendly. Fit, feminine, and friendly. Now, nowhere in there does it say she has to necessarily be the Miss America beauty pageant winner. Just three things: fit, feminine, and friendly. That's it. So she can be average in the face, but everything else had better line up. She can even be ugly in the face, but everything else had better line up. But they will not accept anybody obese. And that's just how these Negroes think. So when you lay all that out on the carpet, nobody wants to hear that. Nobody, nobody, nobody. But deep down, we know it. This is the reason why Monique morphed herself down to this size. because deep down she knows that as well. Deep down she knows that as well. So now we got Lizzo here, and Lizzo says, nah, we gonna do body positivity. I'm big and I'm beautiful, and I'm gonna flaunt my stuff for everybody, and I'm gonna be big, and you better accept me because god damn it, I'm big, I'm sexy, and I'm going to show my big sexy behind every chance I get. And she does. Every chance you get, you see Lizzo's big, fat, sloppy, dimpled up behind blasted for the whole world to see. And she does it under the guise of body positivity. But this is not positive. And trust me, I know some very beautiful women her size, but they dress for their size. And they are positive about their bodies because they carry themselves in a positive manner. There is nothing positive about these pictures right here. Absolutely nothing. Gabby Sidibe is more positive than Lizzo. She is. Gabby Sidibe looks very nice in her clothes. And she carries herself in a very nice way. And she has a very beautiful demeanor about herself. Lizzo, on the other hand, this is what you get, and her attitude sucks. You cannot be fat and have a bad attitude. Pick a goddamn struggle. It's the same thing that they say about ugly women. You can't be ugly and also have a bad attitude. Pick a damn struggle. Same thing. Tomato, tomato. But we have women like this that will tell everybody, hey, this is the way that we should portray ourselves. This is how you display self-esteem. This is how you display that you love your body. I don't see anything positive in this at all. Even if she was a smaller woman, I would not find this to be positive. I find this to be quite ratchet, to be honest. Black Dahlia said Kevin Samuels was fit, feminine, yet he's dead. Girl, y'all gonna quit. Y'all gonna quit. The man is gone, but I threw a party after he died. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, he was quite fit and feminine. You're right. He's definitely feminine. But that's a whole nother story. Girl, Black Daddy, when does Lizzo have a bad attitude? Oh my God. I love her music. Don't get me wrong. But I'm going to show you how it's not exactly positive. And I'm going to show you how it's not a good look or good attitude. What's up, Information Man Show? Information Man in the house. Please subscribe to his channel. He has some great informational videos on getting your YouTube channel together. So if you're a content creator, you might want to check him out. Shout out to Information Man. Yeah, she has a bad attitude, y'all. I cannot sit here and say, okay, for example, Lizzo sat there on her Instagram. I used to follow her on Instagram. I unfollowed Lizzo. You want to know why I unfollowed Lizzo? Because Lizzo full of shit. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you, she's full of shit. Now she sit up here and she jumped on the body positivity wagon because she's a big girl. That's why. And so now, because of body positivity, you got to sit up here and say, okay, fat is positive, and I'm gonna be fat, and I'm not gonna try to lose weight. That's what a lot of these body positivity fat women are doing. Let's just be honest. See, if we can be honest about what fat women are doing in the body positivity movement, we can really have an honest discussion here. But they're on here talking about body positivity, but they're not talking about the dangers of being overweight. They're not talking about losing the weight. They're talking about, oh, just take me as I am. I'm not going to try to lose this weight. And on top of that, I am going to set a bad example for many, many women and young girls with how I act and how I dress. And I'm going to, how can I say, I'm going to try to chuck it off as having high self-esteem. Showing all your ass every chance you get is not having the best self-esteem about yourself. You don't have to show your ass to have high self-esteem. I think Gabby Sidibe has more self-esteem than Lizzo. Gabby Sidibe takes care of herself, takes care of her skin. She's a beautiful chocolate sister. She's overweight. She's not sitting up here doing this here, what all this stuff that Lizzo was doing. Like I said, going back to her Instagram post, because I want to make sure I tell you guys this. Now, she sat up there and lied on Instagram. She was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna be an example. I'm gonna go on this keto diet program, and I'm gonna, lose the weight. That's what she said. So she gonna pull a Monique now. So I followed her on Instagram, and every day she got up talking about some, this is my keto diet program. And lo and behold, this chick had a goddamn mint chocolate goddamn smoothie that she was trying to pass off as some goddamn diet drink. And I'm sitting up here like, that's a whole chocolate smoothie that you over there slurping up. It's got all this sugar in it. How the hell is this a goddamn diet program? So I said, okay, it might be, one of them days where she just kind of, using it as a cheat day. So as I followed her on Instagram, I followed her for a whole week. Every day this chick was getting up, eating burgers. She was eating goddamn tacos. She was eating burritos. Every day she was eating food that was bad for her. Talking about she on a goddamn keto diet. And guess what? I never see Lizzo losing weight. Never seen her lose weight at all. Since she been talking about she going on this damn diet program. When I found out that she was full of shit, I just unsubbed from her. I said, fuck this shit. This heifer is on bullshit. She not trying to lose no weight. She's not trying to be a good example or a good role model. And she's definitely not about true body positivity. Showing your ass is not body positivity. Lying to people about being on a keto diet program is not having a good spirit. She has a lying spirit like most big fat lying ass heifers have. I'm just going to be honest with you. But anyway, I wanted to share something with you. Hold on. Give me a minute to set this up because I'm working from my phone and my computer. And that gets kind of dicey here. So hold on. Bear with me. All right. So now I'm on my computer. Let me make sure that I get everything set up here. There's a couple of videos that I do want to share. Let me get my screen together. Alrighty. Chrome tab. There we go. All right, it's in my email here. Let me see if I can get to it. And let me know if you guys can hear me okay. I don't see my bubble bouncing here. If the audio's good, let me know. All right, there we go. Okay, so let me see. I'm telling you guys, toggling back and forth between the phone and this computer is more than a notion here. All right, share screen. All right, here we go. Got it. Oh no, wait a minute. That's the wrong one. Where the hell is my stuff? When you think you got the stuff together and you don't. Share screen. I thought I was sharing the YouTube video. Okay, yeah, there it is. There it is. Okay, no, that's not. Okay, what the hell? Y'all, bear with me. Give me a chance to get my whole life together here. Every time it comes time for me to share, I promise you, there's always problems. All right, so what am I doing wrong here? I got to be doing something wrong. Okay, so, what I would do is I'm going to stop confusing myself because I got two tabs up here. That's what it is. Okay, now I got it. All right, here we go. This is a little video I want to share. So this is a video where a lady is actually sharing a story about how she's treated as an obese woman. And she's talking about how people should find her attractive and stop being fat phobic. So I want you to listen to her and just pay attention to the delusion.
For our daily cancellation today, we take into consideration a recent viral video from a woman who...
You're wrong. I think it's time for another adult pre-K lesson. What do you think? All right, turn your listening ears on. Catch a bubble in your mouth. Good job. Okay, here's the thing. Having a preference is something like, I'm looking for a partner who likes kayaking or wakes up early in the morning or loves pizza. But when your preferences exclude an entire group of marginalized people, that's problematic. Okay, that's not nice. That's not a preference. If you lump all fat people in one group together as though they are not very different individuals, that's fat phobic. Just like lumping all black people in one group and saying, I don't like black people is racist. And lumping all disabled people in one group and saying, I don't think people in wheelchairs are hot is ableist. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I don't. Okay, okay. So you are allowed to prefer a partner who likes kayaking, which thankfully I think lets us off the hook, because something tells me she's not exactly an avid kayaker. But those loopholes aside, it seems that our friend here has stumbled on a rather unique pickup line. Part of me wishes that I had thought of this when I was single. Like, ma'am, you are morally obligated to find me attractive. Now come and date me at once, lest you be guilty of problematic and exclusionary behavior. But something tells me I would have struck out as badly with that line as I'm sure she does. The only difference is that I would have been arrested for harassment and stalking on top of it. Now, a few points to make here. First of all, this woman, and my 12 seconds of research tells me that her name is Lexi, has, and the research was just looking at the bottom of the video there where it says her name, she has a problem that goes beyond her weight. If Lexi finds that most people don't want to be around her, it probably is because of her god-awful personality. I, for one, would rather take a bath in battery acid than be stuck in a room with her for any length of time. And that's got nothing to do with her appearance.
And that's exactly what I was saying. A lot of times, big women, the reason why a lot of people aren't gravitating towards you, okay, the weight has something to do with it, but a lot of it has to do with attitude. And it's attitude that you project out to the rest of the world because you're unhappy with yourself. And it has nothing to do with nobody else. Like that skinny girl or that fit girl or that pretty girl, that woman that got the attention of the guy that you have a crush on, they had nothing to do with how you view yourself. It's how you feel about yourself and you're projecting it onto other people. And so what ends up happening is you end up talking and acting like this girl in the video. And like I said, I'll run it back to you again in case you missed it the first time.
Oh, I think it's time for another adult pre-K lesson. What do you think?
Listen.
Hey, bestie. You were wrong. I think it's time for another adult pre-K lesson. What do you think? All right, turn your listening ears on. You catch a bubble in your mouth. Good job. Okay, here's the thing. Having a preference is something like, I'm looking for a partner who likes kayaking or wakes up early in the morning or loves pizza. But when your preferences exclude an entire group of marginalized people, that's problematic. Okay, that's not nice. That's not a preference. If you lump all fat people in one group together as though they are not very different individuals, that's fatphobic. Just like lumping all black people in one group and saying, I don't like black people is racist. And
so now black people are being compared to obese people. Like every time somebody has a movement, just peep the game. They always want to use black people and our movement to somehow make it okay for them to be acceptable. Just peep the game real quick. I hate when they do this. I really do. The LGBTQ community does it. Everybody does it. But I'll let her continue her rant.
And lumping all disabled people in one group and saying, I don't think people in wheelchairs are hot, is ableist. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I don't. Okay, so you are allowed to prefer a partner who likes kayaking, which thankfully I think lets us off the hook, because something tells me she's not exactly an avid kayaker. But those loopholes aside, it seems that our friend here has stumbled on a rather unique pickup line. Part of me wishes that I had thought of this when I was single. Like, ma'am, you are morally obligated to find me attractive. Now come and date me at once, lest you be guilty of problematic and exclusionary behavior. But something tells me I would have struck out as badly with that line as I'm sure she does. The only difference is that I would have been arrested for harassment and stalking on top of it. Now, a few points to make here. First of all, this woman, and my 12 seconds of research tells me that her name is Lexi, has, and the research was just looking at the bottom of the video there where it says her name, she has a problem that goes beyond her weight. If Lexi finds that most people don't want to be around her, it probably is because of her god-awful personality. I, for one, would rather take a bath in battery acid than be stuck in a room with her for any length of time. And that's got nothing to do with her appearance. It has everything to do with her demeanor, her attitude, tone of voice, and just way of being. This is something that anyone who struggles to find a partner should take into consideration. Before wondering whether you're being discriminated against based on your physical features, please reflect on the possibility that you might be a nagging, miserable shrew. Now, it can be hard, even for the most attractive person, to find or at least maintain relationships if they have a repulsive personality. But if you're not a top-notch physical specimen, and most of us aren't, and you also have the character and general disposition of the Wicked Witch of the West, then you really have put yourself in a hole, with only yourself to blame for it. Second point, she says that you aren't allowed to exclude entire groups of people from your sexual preference, but that, of course, is exactly what a sexual preference is. That's what any kind of preference is, actually. Preferences exclude by definition. All preferences do. Any preference is exclusionary and discriminatory. That's the whole point. You're preferring one thing over another, or one person over another. As for sexual preference specifically, gay men exclude her because she's a woman. Is she going to berate them for that? Well, she might, I guess. As we've seen, for years the left insisted that sexuality is innate and immutable. It can't be changed and it's not the result of choice. But more recently, they've decided that their own arguments no longer hold. Your sexuality can become problematic if it excludes so-called marginalized groups. A gay man who isn't attracted to a woman who identifies as a man is now a transphobe. A straight man who isn't attracted to a man who identifies as a woman is also a transphobe. Anybody who isn't attracted to an obese person is fatphobic. Anyone who isn't attracted to shrill, hectoring, condescending scolds like Lexi is whatever kind of phobic that applies to. Your sexuality is not your own business. It is not a private matter anymore, as the left had previously insisted. They will decide who you should be attracted to. And quite often, coincidentally enough, the person putting themselves in the position to make this choice for you will decide that you should be attracted to them personally. Funny how that works. You know, it's like, well, I've run the numbers and I've done the calculations, and it turns out that in order to not be a bigot, you're supposed to be turned on by, what does it say here? Oh, me. Sorry, I don't make the rules. Well, I guess I do, actually. Third point, briefly, referring back to the first. This seems to be something that a lot of people do, even if they aren't on the left. When people have trouble forming and maintaining relationships, both sexual and platonic, they develop a victim complex, deciding that the problem in their personal and romantic lives is that everyone else is being mean to them. And this only exacerbates the problem because nobody wants to be around someone with a victim complex.
Exactly. And that's the point that I'm trying to make. You see, what a lot of obese women, particularly Black women, like to do is they like to make themselves into victims. Like I said, narcissistic behavior. Once again, the body positivity movement was not strictly for obese women, but they hijacked the movement and made it all about themselves. What about disabled women? What about skinny women? What about average size women? What about women with no booties? What about women with no breasts? What about, there's a myriad of other women that need body positivity, and they need their self-esteem boost, and they need to feel good about themselves. But big bitches are evil. They're evil. They came in and single-handedly made it all about themselves. And this is the reason why. This is the reason why the body positivity movement is all cap. This is a let me have another excuse for why I'm overweight and why everybody should just accept me. And not only just accept me, but accept me as being obnoxious, accept me as being intrusive, accept me as being a strong-arming, big fat bitch that wants you to accept me the way that I am. If you don't, I'm going to call you fat phobic. Doesn't this sound familiar to anybody? It sounds familiar to me. It's the same goddamn thing that the LGBTQ community is doing to us right now. Aren't they calling people what do they call it? When straight men won't accept their advances, they call you something. I forget what it's called. Somebody help me out with the term. Shit. It has something to do with gay phobic or something like that. I forget what term they call it. But you get what I'm saying. They do the same exact thing. Now you're a gay man. You're gay because you like other men. But now you want to insert yourself on a man who has a preference for actual women. And if he doesn't accept your unwanted advances, you accuse him of being gay phobic or whatever. I forget, homophobic. Thank you, Chaos. Chaos Reign, homophobic. They accuse you of being homophobic. It's the same thing as this girl sitting here in this video talking about you guys are excluding big fat women like myself. I mean, if you're a man that prefers a fit woman, you're just excluding an entire part of the population. I mean, you need to also include me. No, they don't. They really don't. People like what they like. You can't make somebody like somebody fat. And if a guy likes women that are more obese, you can't make him like a woman that isn't obese. If a woman is heterosexual, you cannot make her a lesbian. I can't with people. I can't. But this is the entitlement complex of the loony leftists that push these agendas onto us. This is what we're left with. Now, there's another video that I wanted to share. Let me go ahead and stop sharing here. I think you get the gist of what's going on with that. But there's actually another video that I really wanted to share with you guys. And I also have it here in my email. Hold on a second. Okay. So I want you guys to take a listen to Monique as she is talking to us about skinny bitches, and this is her comedy routine. And like I said, this is what made me stop watching Monique's comedy routines, because it became repetitive. But just listen to the vitriol there and tell me, because this was when Monique was kind of big. She was kind of big when she was doing this type of comedy. So fair use, fair use.
I don't hang with skinny bitches. I don't play with skinny bitches. Because a skinny bitch will try to fuck with your self-esteem. That bitch will try to make you do shit she know you can't do. Take you to the mall and walk real fast. Well, go ahead then, bitch. My chest hurts, you smart motherfucker. I'll meet you back at the car. Shit. Bring me a 2-piece and a biscuit and a pretzel and a hot dog with everything in a Diet Dr. Pepper, bitch. You know I'm trying to work on my shit. Big women handle your shit. Handle your shit. You skinny bitches. Now, what the fuck? You can't beat me. What the fuck? What the fuck you want to say to me? Y'all looking like you want to say something. I'll whip your motherfucking ass in this Civic Center. Big women, if you're sitting next to a skinny bitch, take your motherfucking fist and hit that bitch in the top of her head. Just let her know you're here. You skinny bitches are evil and you need to be destroyed. Woo! Fuck y'all. time, baby. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you something, big women. See, at one time, a skinny bitch was real confident with her shit. Real confident. Like, you know, we wasn't no fucking threat. You know what I'm saying? Like, we walk into the club, she'd be with her man, teasing us and shit. I look at that fat bitch. Go on, fat bitch. Go on, fat bitch. Move. Go on, fat bitch. See, we went through all that old ignorant shit. But let me tell you something, you skinny bitches. Every man wants to fuck a fat bitch one time, baby. Once you go fat, you never go back. One motherfucking time. You skinny bitches, when you're fucking, you complain all the time. Oh, my leg hurts, my kidney hurts. You on my neck, let me go. Big girl be like, nigga, what, nigga? You ain't said nothing, nigga. You ain't said nothing, nigga. Pop. I got you, nigga. I got you, nigga. What, nigga? What, nigga? Stop crying, nigga. Stop crying, nigga. Stop crying. Handle your shit, big women. Fuck what you heard, baby. Fuck. Woo! Handle your shit, big girl. And big men, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about your big fat asses. Fuck these little muscle-bound motherfuckers lifting all them weights and shit and got veins in their neck. They gonna fuck around and shrink their dicks up. Y'all stay big and fat. I just can't fuck with your fat ass. Two fat motherfuckers cannot. I have tried to fuck a fat man. It's too much work. Ooh, shit. Both of y'all laying there, you looking for his shit. He trying to find your shit. Y'all breathing and sweating. Oh, nigga, fuck it. Let's go get something to eat, shit.
All right. So that was Monique. That was Monique, y'all. Let me go ahead and go back to my regular screen here. So notice in her act, and this is what a lot of big women say, by the way. They always say, accept me the way I am. You know, if you don't accept me, it's fat phobia. But then you'll see the same big fat females talking about they don't want fat men. Now, call me crazy, but I think water seeks at its own level. You cannot be big and out of shape and then turn around and expect to get somebody that is in shape, a man that is fit. That's delusional. But this is what a lot of these women do. And so then they turn around and get mad at the smaller woman who's fit. They're calling her evil. Look at her. She's sitting there on the bench, minding her own business, being her beautiful, slender self. And Monique said you ought to find you a skinny bitch and ball your fist up and knock her upside the head. But she got a book called Skinny Women Are Evil. Skinny women. Now, what skinny woman have you ever seen talking about if you see a fat bitch, ball your fists up and knock her upside the head? Said no skinny woman ever. Said no skinny woman ever. Somebody need to write a book. And I'm telling you, that book will be as long as the goddamn Bible, as long as the goddamn Merriam-Webster dictionary of all the atrocities that fat women have enacted against regular sized women. These the evil bitches. They are. But they'll sit up there and project onto other women what they themselves are. And you cannot say the slightest little thing to them. The slightest. All that pent up anger, all that pent up envy, they're going to take it out on you in a heartbeat because they just been waiting on you to slip up and say something wrong so they can unleash the fat woman wrath on you. Yes, they do. Every single time. The fat woman wrath. Or what they gonna do? They call you ugly. They call you ugly. Oh, Faith, you ugly. I may be fat, but you ugly. I may be fat, but you got a big nose. I may be fat, but look at your wig. I may be fat and I can lose the weight. Now, they always talking about they can lose the weight. They always talking about, I got a pretty face. I can lose the weight at any time. And you never see them losing the weight. Never. But they gonna, if you say one little thing about them, one little thing, and you probably ain't even think about it. You probably didn't mean nothing bad. But they've been holding it in. They couldn't wait. But that's what they do. That's what the fuck they do. Because they look like this. When they take their clothes off, this is what they look like. When you take your clothes off, this is what you look like. You can get with this or you can get with that. You can get with this or you can get with that. You can get with this or you can get with that. You can get with this, but this is kind of fat. Okay? And they don't like it. Information man said, I like that better. But I got more. But I have more. Because, see, this isn't just an aesthetic thing. This is a psychological thing. This is also a thing with health. Health. But see, if you mention the H word to Black women who are obese, who are out of shape, who are overweight, if you mention the health word, you will get cursed the fuck out and drug for filth around this motherfucker. Yes, you will. Y'all can sit up here and act like it don't happen, but be a fit woman and try to talk to Black women about health. Oh yeah, they gonna drag you by your toenails. You can't talk about, it's a hormonal thing that when we get older, we lose a lot of enzyme. We use, what do you call it? We lose a lot of elements to the body. And it starts at age 25 when the elements start falling off. And it's a lot worse for women because our hormones are a bit stronger. So at a certain age, women should start taking collagen, for example. At a certain age, women should start looking at balancing the hormones, especially when you start seeing the old age spread. Now, while we're looking up the artifacts of the goddess Venus, because we're going to make excuses as to why being fat is okay, we're going to listen to actual doctors and what they have to say on the subject. Because, see, I'm tired of us and making our excuses. I'm tired. So now
Cosmopolitan UK.
we're going to listen to the doctors. We're not going to listen to y'all sitting up here making excuses. Because we tired of excuses. We are. I know I definitely am. So yeah, I'm getting in that ass today. Somebody gonna fire up a stream tomorrow. Ooh, Faith Factor ugly ass. She is over here talking about fat women's and she got a big nose and she got weave and blah, blah, blah. Fuck y'all, okay? Fuck y'all. I've been talking about the health aspect for Lord knows how long. Fuck all y'all, okay? I'm going to talk about this shit because it need to be said. So y'all, I'm getting y'all little feelings if you want to, but here's the doctor.
Put this on the cover, and it stirred a lot of controversy.
Let's focus on whether obese people are healthy, because they're not.
I sat down with Arga Gonzalez, a renowned bariatric surgeon and obesity researcher, to get her thoughts on the cover, as well as the popular body positivity movement known as Health at Every Size. Do you think overall the Health at Every Size movement is an overall net positive, net negative, or neither?
That very line, healthy at every size, is not actually true. Can there be people at any size who are healthy at that moment? Yes. But is it true that no matter what your size, you're always able to be healthy? Like, that's not true. I am anti-weight bias, anti-fat phobia, anti-fat stigma, definitely anti-fat shaming. I've written about that. But I don't think that being aware of the consequences of obesity is the same as fat shaming.
What I'm hearing, and correct me if I'm wrong, is you could be a patient who is diagnosed with obesity, may have great cholesterol, may be not diabetic, their blood pressure may be great. The fact that their weight is above a certain cutoff, it puts them at a greater risk down the line, maybe not at this given moment.
All those lab values also don't mean that they don't have knee pain or hip pain or ankle pain or lower back pain, which are all things that we commonly see with people with obesity. Increased risk of endometrial cancer, for example, increased risk of mood disorders. Like, all of that is still there, even if our lab values are normal.
Speaking about the Cosmopolitan cover, do you think that those covers send a right message or wrong message during a time where obesity in the United States and in the world is becoming an epidemic of sorts? With COVID-19, we see worse outcomes for patients who are diagnosed with obesity. Do you think those covers are problematic, basically?
I think they're a little bit misleading. I think that the story itself, like the content that they wrote, is very nice. And they talk about how each of these women, what the relationship with physical activity is and how they feel about their health and their body. And it's not even about obesity at all. There were a number of people criticizing, saying that, especially when we know that people with obesity have worse outcomes with COVID, this is irresponsible. And to me, that feels a little bit of a stretch. Like, I think they're just trying to say that people of all different sizes can move, can be physically active, can love their bodies. And I think that's a really good message.
I think they are ultimately sending the message, and I agree with you on that. I just think they're doing it in a cheeky way where they're trying to create an inflammatory conversation, or maybe it's productive inflammatory conversation.
No doubt. I mean, they could have said, this is loving your body, or, everybody is worthy, or what, there's a number of different things they could have put on those covers that would have been pretty accurate and indisputable.
We frequently see on the cover of magazines very slender bodies, thin, muscular, six packs, etc. It's led to true cases of disordered eating going up and body dysmorphia. The sort of rebuttal to this is to say that's what's happening right now. Let's put people of different sizes on magazines, and let's take someone who is diagnosed with obesity and put them on a cover. Is there a chance that that could lead to disordered eating in the opposite direction, of people feeling it's okay for me to be this size, I should continue my lifestyle, not make changes, not think about going for bariatric surgery because the celebrities I look up to are this way?
I think there's a balance there. I think that we can have the covers like the Cosmo ones and say, look, people who are a bigger size can still be active and aspire to having a healthy body, versus saying this is how we all are and we should just live with it. I think that's a different message. In this country, about 3/4 of people have overweight or obesity. And if there were no negative health consequences of that, maybe that would be fine. But the fact is, as we've talked about, all of that excess weight brings with it risk for very serious problems that are costly to the individual, that inhibit their lifestyles and make it harder for them to live the life they might want. So I think we have to kind of acknowledge both sides of it, that no, we don't want to be stigmatizing people who are bigger, but we also want to recognize that obesity has a number of medical problems associated with it.
The way that someone like you goes about treating individuals who are diagnosed with obesity, or at least morbid obesity, would be through a procedure known as bariatric surgery, right? That is your specialty. You obviously don't think that is recommended for all patients, but it's certainly one of the best treatments out there when it comes from an evidence perspective of not only losing weight, but keeping weight off long term, and then also even getting rid of some other diagnoses like diabetes, like high cholesterol, etc. Why is it that bariatric surgery has better long-term success in keeping the weight off than, let's say, traditional diet and exercise recommendations that your family medicine doctor can give you?
One thing we know about losing weight with diet and exercise is that only about 5% of people who lose weight that way are able to maintain that weight loss. So all of us know people who've had incredible success with diets and exercise, and that's amazing and something to be really proud of because they've really beaten the odds. For the majority of people, no matter how hard they try, it's very, very hard for them to get to a healthier weight and size on their own. And that's where bariatric surgery comes in and is really, really helpful. We don't 100% know in terms of the weight loss why it's more effective. We think that it helps reset people's kind of set point, if you will. A lot of us believe that every body wants to be around a certain number in terms of weight or a certain size in terms of BMI. We don't know how that develops, but that seems to be what happens. One of the most magical things about bariatric surgery is its effect on diabetes. Especially when we talk about specifically the gastric bypass. We have many, many patients who have diabetes, are on insulin, maybe other medications for it, and then they have surgery today, and then today their blood sugar is normal, and they no longer need those medications. So that's really magic.
Absolutely. I mean, anytime you can cure what we consider to be an incurable illness, it's absolutely amazing. Talk about the challenges that your patients face, and actually my patients as well, in trying to get bariatric surgery covered from an insurance perspective. Because right now, I believe in the past you've mentioned that only 1% of eligible patients actually do end up getting bariatric surgery. Why is that number so low? Can we impact it in a meaningful way?
I think the obstacles are multiple. One is people in the past have thought that bariatric surgery is dangerous. It turns out that's not true anymore. The risk to dying within 30 days of surgery is less than it is for having your gallbladder taken out, which people do every day in this country. Another is the perception that it's the easy way out, that if you have bariatric surgery, then you have no willpower, you can't do it on your own, etc. And really, that's not it at all. I think the people who come to us for surgery are some of the strongest people, because what they're acknowledging and realizing is that they have tried all these other things that don't involve surgery and nothing has worked. And rather than just giving up, they're saying, what else is out there? What else can I do? Because
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and stop it right there. All right, people. This is not a bash fest. It is kind of, but it really isn't, because like I said, I have been overweight. I'm no longer overweight now. As far as a BMI, my BMI is also at around 23, 24, that Black Dahlia. It used to be at around 29. I was pretty big. But what I did was I disciplined myself. I went to a holistic medicine doctor. I spoke with my doctor, and I got into changing my diet as well as addressing my hormone issues. Stress can also throw your hormones out of whack. Age, menopause, there's a lot of things that can attribute to it. So once you figure it out, what it is that's holding you back, you address it. And like they said in the video, they're pushing bariatric surgery. And that's what they're all about. But you can definitely, if you address the diet and hormone issue as women, and it can be done without surgery. It most certainly can. I'm a living testament to it. I thought I would never slim down and get my stomach down to a size where I can actually fit into my clothes and not look pregnant. It's definitely doable. But we as Black women don't want to hear that. We want to sit here and make excuses. We want to cry. We want to sit on a pity pot. We don't want to hear that we need to discipline ourselves. We don't want to hear what the doctors were just saying in this video, that being a larger size can put you at grave danger of many, many other illnesses and diseases. I know. I've sat up here struggling with high blood pressure for a long time. It wasn't until I changed my diet and dealt with my hormone issues that I could finally come off the blood pressure medications, people. And like they said in the video, there are some people who are overweight, obese, outright fat, that are healthy, but they're not fit. There's a difference between being fit and being healthy. Now, they did also say that down the line, if you remain at an unhealthy weight, down the line, it can cause other health issues. But as Black women, when someone tries to talk sense to you, when someone tries to enter the conversation with facts and be sensible and say, hey, ladies, we need to, really, really focus on our health and getting ourselves together, not just because we want to look good, but also because we're dying out here. No, we got women that want to stampede in here like rhinoceros and elephants. I'm sorry. Stampede. That's exactly what it sounds like. And demand that you stop talking right now. You stop talking that foolishness right now, Faith. You're bashing. And like I said at the very beginning of that video, recognizing that obesity can lead to other health issues is not bashing. But because you guys don't want to hear about discipline, because you don't want to hear about you got to change your lifestyle, because you don't want to hear those things, you try to shame people into being quiet about talking about health and fitness. And shame on you for doing that. Shame on you for coming in here and trying to change the subject every time. Like I said, when Crystalline Carrison told women, hey, when she's talking about divesting, she said, hey, other races of men, they like their women slim. When she said that, oh my God, y'all was ready to string her up by her natural hair and crucify her. Weren't you? Cool as Ice says, Faith, what about the women who are trying to diet and lose weight and go to the doctor? And when they shame people who yet at least to do something. Okay, listen, y'all. Oh my God, where are the violins already? Where are the violins? Every time the subject come up, we always got something like this going on. This beach is better, says Faith. Oh, yes, you are talking slim down. Yes. Thank you. Finally, somebody gets it. It's not about bashing. It's about us as women not being so goddamn into our feelings that we can't take constructive criticism. And then we turn around and we be just as destructive as we want to be towards one another. Oh, like somebody try to insinuate that I'm fat. No, motherfucker. I was, but not anymore. And I'm going to continue to talk about this issue of us as Black women being too big for our britches. Yes, I am. Because we are too big for our britches. And somebody got to say it. And I'm tired of y'all shouting people down every time we bring up the issue. Oh, Faith, but it's not how you say it. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. You got to say it to us nicely. Well, when I tried to say it to you nicely, I remember I was on LAR panel. I told you guys this a while back. I was on the panel with, that person, that fat cam model. I was on a panel with her. And I was actually talking with the men, and we were talking in general about health and fitness. And me, the only slim woman on the panel, I opened my mouth. The men were talking about it freely. She had no problem. But soon as a slender woman opens her mouth and says, yeah, you got to, diet, exercise, and you got to take the supplements. Then the Wicked Witch of the West jumps out. It's always some fat bitch jumps out of nowhere talking about something. You don't know what you're talking about, Faith. You can be fat. You can be big. You can be that, and you can be healthy too. I'm fat, and I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have high cholesterol. Sounding like the Wicked Witch of the West. Out of nowhere, nobody did nothing to you. 2 weeks later, this same person is in the hospital. But I thought you was healthy. But I thought you said you didn't have no health problems. So y'all spare me the bullshit, okay? Spare me. Y'all some evil motherfuckers. Evil. And you don't want to hear the truth. Right, Beach. This Beach is better. And y'all subscribe to This Beach is Better channel as well. I watched a lot of her videos, and she has some fire-ass content as well. She says there's definitely discrimination against women who choose a slimmer life. And there is. You can't say anything about it. What's up at the Trinity Time Travel Show? She says, hello, everyone. You can't be a slender woman and say nothing about fitness. You will be attacked. simply because you're a slim woman talking about it. Either you got to be a man, and a lot of times, I'm going to tell you, the brothers get a lot of flack too. The only time it's okay for you to talk about health and fitness is if you are another fat black woman. And usually they ain't talking about, they doing like Monique. Oh, skinny bitches is evil. They doing like Lizzo. Oh, I can eat anything I want. Yes, Black Daddy. Yes, I was. Yes, I was. Let's see here. Oh, I got one more thing I want you to listen. I want you to listen to some more of Monique's meandering. Listen to more of her meandering. I'm going to share screen. Go to Miss Monique again. Mm-hmm.
Vegas, Nevada at the MGM, baby. A bitch is getting ready to cry up in here tonight. I am in Las Vegas doing my shit, and they said a fat bitch couldn't be a star. Every Monday night, I am showing my fat ass on that motherfucking TV, chasing that motherfucking professor. Hey, Professor Ogilvy! Ladies and gentlemen, my motherfucking road dog, Professor Ogilvy. Hey, baby. When I catch him, y'all, I'ma fuck the shit out of him. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Baby, that's my boy. You know what, big girls? I'm so glad they put a fat bitch on TV, because it's time for us to shine. It is time for our fat ass to shine. Fuck these skinny bitches. Fuck your skinny, anorexic, bulimic motherfucker. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck your skinny ass. Look at her shaking, because you hungry, bitch. Get a 2-piece and a biscuit. Fill your old skinny ass up. Big girls, this is our motherfucking time to shine. Fuck that. Big women, if you sit next to a skinny bitch, take your fist and hit that bitch in the top of her motherfucking head. You skinny bitches are evil and you need to be destroyed, goddammit. Big women, handle your shit. Fuck these skinny bitches. Fuck you, baby. I don't respect you skinny bitches because you're evil. And I'm going to tell you something, big girls. It makes me feel good when we all hang together. Fat women should only hang with other fat women. You can't fuck with a skinny bitch. You shouldn't hang with her, don't play with her. Because a skinny bitch will try to hurt your feelings. Try to fuck with your self-esteem, make you do shit you know you can't do that well. She'll take you to the mall and walk all fast. Well, go ahead then, bitch. My chest hurts, you smart motherfucker. I meet you back at the car. Shit, bring me a 2-piece and a biscuit and a hot dog with everything in a pretzel and a Diet Dr. Pepper, bitch. You know I'm trying to work on my shit.
But skinny bitches are evil, right? It's the skinny bitches that are evil. That's what Monique would tell you. Monique will have you think it's regular size skinny bitches that are evil. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I got one last one. Let's see here. Okay, here. Chrome tab. There we go. Itty bitty screen on this computer. God damn. All right, y'all. Now I'll try to oops, hold on. I don't know what happened there. Now she got a pretty hourglass shape, nice derriere. She is stacked, y'all, looking damn good. Now peep this conversation right here. Peep this conversation right here. Now this is me. This is me, y'all.
Good afternoon. Please, is this Zitaloma's house?
What happened?
I only asked a question. Just say yes or no.
Now, the first answer. You can come first, the answer come from my mouth now. I better not stress me with your fake cabaclos, fake jewelries. As soon as I was supposed to carry shoulder up. No, carry your shoulder, make carry fly. They carry.
Are you kidding me now?
Now this is me, y'all.
I don't need to talk too much because I already know what your problem is. You're filled with so much jealousy and bitterness.
Say if I pass me.
I don't understand. I don't think I know so.
Yeah, I don't think I know so. Yeah, that's me, y'all. That's me. This is my motherfucking ass all day.
And in fact, better than you are. You want to check? You want to check? You can be compared to and in fact better than you. And that is why you're so angered, so jealous.
You the person is not my share.
That's right, baby. You're jealous. You're angry. All right, y'all. I'm gonna stop fucking around. But that's what it be half the time. Oh, wait a minute. I'm Borgen. Hold on. Let me pop out of here real quick. Okay. Let me know if I'm still Borgen now, y'all. I had to pop out. I had 2 StreamYards going at the same time, so I switched back to my cellular because it's a little bit better this way. Let me know if the sound is a lot clearer. It should be fixed by now. Should be fixed by now. All right, so my whole thing is this, y'all. Pick a struggle, right? I would rather be in good shape with a ugly face or an average looking face than to be so-called fat and goddamn with a pretty face. Everything points to the fact of Men are more attracted to a woman's body. They are. If a man had to choose between big fat circle with a pretty face and a banging ass body with an ugly face or average face, they're going to pick the banging body every time. So pick a struggle. I would pick that struggle. I would rather have that as a struggle. Because I've been the big fat motherfucker. I don't want that struggle no more. Glad I slimmed down. Thanks, Beach. Thank you. She said, I'm good now. You don't want the struggle with being big. And then once you start packing on the weight, it's damn hard to come off. It took me some years. It took me some years to figure out how to get this weight off. And like I said, you know, I know how hard it is. I'm not sitting up here as a person that haven't gone through the whole metamorphosis for myself. I did. It's a struggle. But you have to get to know your body, and you have to have discipline, and you have to actually want it. You got to want it. Now, you can go and get surgery. You can get the fat suck out of you. I had a friend that actually did that. I went with her. I was, you know, her person that helped, you know, her while she recovered from her surgery. And then after she got the surgery, she healed up and everything. Ooh, body was banging. Body was banging. She looked good. But here's the thing. You got to maintain that body. And see, because she never learned to maintain that body, in less than a year, the big body was back. Wasted her money. It was a waste of money. Because there's such a thing as regain. And that's what they don't tell you as far as these surgeries go. When you get to the surgery, you'll have like maybe 5 or 6 pounds of regain. And that's just with you eating within your diet. And a lot of that regain is supposed to be water weight. But if you just, you know, get the surgery, and then once your body heals up, you go back to eating the way you've been eating and it wasn't healthy, you're going to have more than just regain. You're going to get big again because the hormone issue was never addressed. The discipline issue was never addressed. And so a lot of women in their regain period after surgery, they end up getting big again. Exactly, Beach. It always comes down to how bad do you want it. Now, y'all can sit up here and call it bashing. Call it bashing if you want to. I call it the hardcore honest truth. The hardcore honest truth of the matter is, if you don't have the discipline to keep the body in that condition, it's gonna go back that way. Surgery does not change your hormone issues as women. It doesn't. Yeah, that's true, Black Dahlia. Why would they tell you that you're going to gain the weight back when they know that they can make more money off of you if you do? But here's the thing. In my experience, doctors are very lackadaisical and they're kind of cowardly when it comes to talking to people who are overweight about their health. There was a lot of things that during the time that I was overweight, my doctor wasn't telling me. My doctor wasn't telling me to change my diet. My doctor wasn't telling me that I'm missing certain elements. certain vital vitamins and minerals that might be throwing my whole hormones off balance. They weren't telling me none of this stuff. I had to go to a holistic medicine doctor to get all of that. What's up, Tia? So, fact of the business, people, if your doctor isn't talking to you about these things and you know for yourself if you're overweight or not, they're not doing your job. I remember back in the day, doctors used to give you this this paper, this little printout. I remember my dad used to get it when I was a kid. When he would go to the doctor, it's called a clean bill of health. There was such a thing back in the day as getting a clean bill of health. Or basically the doctor would just print out all of the things that he saw you needed to do to improve your health, or you would get a printout saying that you got a clean bill of health. Either way, the doctor is supposed to be addressing certain issues that you're having that he picks up on. So when they do the blood work and they get your information back, if you're missing certain elements and if you're high in cholesterol, if you have all these things going on with you, they're supposed to be discussing that with you, and they're supposed to be giving you options on how to correct it. That's what any doctor worth their salt is supposed to do. But because nowadays these doctors are either they're lazy or they're cowardly, they don't want to talk about diet and nutrition with their patients. And like Black Dahlia said, why would they? The money is not in the cure. The money isn't in the cure. People, food can either be a poison or it can be, what can I say? It could be a remedy. So you're either going to poison yourself with your food choices, or you're going to cure yourself with your food choices. It's really up to you. Yes, Tia, food is addictive and it requires discipline to recognize what foods are hurting you. My nutritionist told me, basically, Faith, you have to look at it like this. When you're going down the grocery aisle and you're looking at your shopping list, every food item that you look at, you have to ask yourself, what is my body going to get from this food right here? If your body isn't going to get any nutritional value from you purchasing that food item, then maybe you might not want to purchase that particular food item. Maybe you might want to get something that is going to add nutritional value and do something for your body. Now, when you hit 25, your body loses a lot of vital vitamins and minerals, and it causes hormonal changes to occur in your body called AGE. Your AGEs start to activate at age 25. Yes, there's an actual element in your body called AGE, and it's controlled by your metabolism. Now, there are certain vitamins and minerals that you can replenish within yourself to slow down the AGE process. You can increase the amount of human growth hormone that your body makes, and human growth hormone is definitely an element that your body creates naturally. You can supplement the zinc that your body makes. That also helps control your hormones. There's a hormone in your body called DHEA that works hand in hand with human growth hormone. And you can also supplement that. You can even supplement human growth hormone. At a certain age, if you're a woman, you need to supplement your collagen. And you need to buy foods that facilitate each of these different elements. So you have to know what food is going to add more collagen into your diet, what food is going to add more zinc into your diet, what food is going to add more natural forms of vitamin E. I like to buy arugula, which is a form of spinach. It's rich in vitamin E and other minerals. And I eat arugula or grula. I forget how you pronounce it. But I eat that instead of lettuce with my salad because I get more nutritional value from arugula than I do regular lettuce. So when I go grocery shopping, I shop with my nutrition in mind. And that's how I'm able to lose the weight. Nutrition is 80% of weight loss. It's 80% of you being healthy. So that's the health part. The fitness part is about 20 to 30%. Being fit is just you conditioning your body to be strong, to have more range of motion, which is flexibility, and that comes with exercise. Now, you could be fit, but you can be unhealthy. Did you know that? You can be healthy, but you might not be very fit. Did you know that? If you ever listen to bodybuilders, especially the ones that have all the bulky muscles and they're like over 250 to 300 pounds, they will tell you that they are big, bulky, they got the six pack, but their big bodies, even though they're fit, the bigger your body is, even if it's a muscle bound body, the harder your heart has to pump to keep that big body going. So you'll hear a lot of the muscle builders tell you, hey, I'm big and I'm bulky and I got all these muscles, but I'm not healthy. So you can be, they're fit, but they're not exactly healthy. And you can be healthy, but you can also not be fit. You could just focus on your diet, like go to the grocery store, buy all the right foods. You can be a vegan and you could be healthy. All your charts look good and everything else. But if you don't exercise and condition your body, you'll be healthy but weak. Somebody can walk past you and push you and you'll just fall right over because you're clumsy, you're healthy, you're not very flexible. You won't win in a fight. You don't have stamina. Stamina is a part of being fit. So you need both, right? But if I had to pick one over the other, I would rather be healthy than fit, if that makes any sense. But I know I can have both. And it's not hard to have both. 80% of your health is diet and nutrition. 30% of your fitness is exercise, conditioning your body. That's you doing your cardio. That's you doing your stretching. That's you doing your strength training. The most healthy people do moderate exercise, 30 minutes to an hour a day. You can do cardio every day. You can do stretching every day. But as far as weight training, that's something that you probably don't want to do every day. You might want to do that twice a week, because you get more gains in between working out with weight training than you do doing it every day. And it causes a strain on your body if you call yourself doing weight training every day. You get more gains when your body is in recovery with the weight training. So you do it twice a week. One day you might work on your upper body, then 2 or 3 days later, after your body has recovered from that weight training, you work on your lower body. And then there you have overall fitness. So it's only hard in the beginning when you're trying to condition yourself and trying to discipline yourself and get your mindset together that you're going to make this a lifestyle, because it's definitely a lifestyle change. And you can't just get fit and say, oh, I'm fit now. I got the body I want. Now I can go and just eat whatever I want. And like you heard Monique saying over and over again in her videos, I can eat whatever I want. I can eat whatever I want. That's only what you want to hear. But if you eat whatever you want, you might not have the body you want. And then you're going to go around being an evil fat bitch and blaming skinny women like Monique. So at the end of the day, we had to have the conversation. I came, I spoke, I showed, I told. Now you take the information and do with it what you will. And I'll be looking out for all the hate videos about faith. All right, let me look down into the comment section. Tia been lighting it up. She said food can be like a drug. In the food now is so processed, it's making us larger. Facts. Yes, the money is in the treatment and not the cure, like HIV. Exactly. Yes, at 25 years, the metabolism does start to slow down. And Tia says the nutrition is the hardest part. So getting nutrition under control is key. Exactly. It's 80%, guys. So if you want to, you can't even get fit actually without first disciplining yourself and getting your nutrition game up to speed. So that has been that. Let me go up. I see Black Dahlia was the first person to come in and leave a comment in the chat room. So I'm going to go ahead and give my girl Black Dahlia her much well-deserved round of applause. All right, guys, you know what that means. It's time for me to shut it on down. Shut it on down. Shout out to Chaos Rain. He says body positive is for the ladies come in. It's for the ladies come in as they are, and men should accept it. Oh, okay. No, I'm looking at the old comments. Okay, I need to get myself up to speed. What's up, Rain and Womb Man? My girl Rain and Womb Man, y'all check out her channel as well. She also has some fire content. All right, y'all. So I'm going to giddy up out of here. And as I always do, I want to give all of you my smooches. I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining me and for tuning in. And with that, I got to say, peace. I'm out. Holla.